Well, because of this, the dyslexia and the impediment of speech. In school, when I got up to read, the teacher would say, next, because the boys would laugh. In the turn a curl, and I'd get up and I'd begin
So
stammering.
that
So
hurt.
I turned in. Coming to America, still very shy, I met a wonderful woman named Fran Van Veen and Stuyvesant Van Veen. They were the head of the Art Students League, Artist Equity for Painters. And they had salons every Sunday. I met them in Trinidad and they entertained me. And on Sunday they would invite me there and they would have Julio de Diego, Jacob Lawrence, a few people there, and it was wonderful. They lived on Gramercy Park. I was very turned in. And I didn't know how to speak to people because on what level. And I listened, and when they asked me questions, with new boy in town, ha ha, ho ho, tell me about Trinidad, etc. I had to perform with Stephanie and Phil Barber at Music in Massachusetts, I think, in Connecticut. And I was performing up there to make some money, and it was at Christmas time. I got to sit down on a symposium because in the 50s, Latin music was in, calypso was popular, and being from Trinidad, you are the man of the period. And Marshall Stearns and all these intellectuals on jazz and would sit around a table and had an audience of 100 people, and they were talking about Trinidad and the calypso, and I didn't like the way they were speaking. It was very hard. It was very rum and Coca-Cola, and that was not my father. And to me, it was an insult to my culture, the way I knew it, and to my father. I said, I'm sorry, you're wrong. And then I realized I spoke out.
We're so shy after all.
Everybody looked around. And I had to stand up and explain why in front of 100 people. I said, I put myself together. Because in show business, you learn how to pull yourself together, how to be a ham. In show, people know how to take fear and make it work.
Yes.
I got up and I said, if I stammer, I would feel that I'm going to say, I will whistle. And I took my time to speak. But I was using my words, my vocabulary, and when I want to think of something to say, I would take my time. I'm ready trying to fight with a word, as though I'm thinking of a word, and I dodged the words I couldn't pronounce, and replaced it with words that I could use. And I spoke for 1 hour, non-stop, and didn't stammer once, and that's how I lost it.
Fantastic.
It was, after
What a
that, I
great
almost
story.
had a nervous breakdown because I would.
But that was the beginning.
It was the beginning, and people said, "Oh, tell me," and they began speaking, asking more questions. I almost had a nervous. I lost it because this is not school. My dyslexia was not there, and I just had something to say that was mine and not theirs.
And you have been talking ever since.
I have diarrhea of the mouth. I keep talking. A wonderful man was William Duffy. I mentioned him. Bill Duffy
Yes.
stayed with us for a long time, and he was very influential in my life. He wrote Lady Sing the Blues. He was a wonderful man. And we had a duplex on 80th Street that he was staying with us. He had problems with his wife, etc., etc., etc. And Bill would talk to me and ask me questions, and he would begin to laugh. And all of a sudden, I begin to hear myself speak. And I never knew that I was funny. And he began laughing, and all of a sudden, I felt somebody listening to me, really. And it's very important I say this, listening. Once you have somebody listening to you, you have a captive audience. And then whatever inside you comes out. From your subconscious mind, it all comes out. You know, people know more than they think they know, and they have not been asked certain questions. If you know somebody is really listening, you don't mind making a fool of yourself. Let it all out. The problem is today, people don't listen to each other. Everybody is a movie star. Nobody wants to be in the chorus. I know I saw it on CNN. Yes, yes, I know. And you're not finished with a sentence. People talking over each other. No one really listens. And the art of listening is rare. And why he was wonderful, because he was a writer. Writers listen. And I never knew that I could say certain things, and I never knew that I had a viewpoint. And all that, all these wonderful people, Bill Duffy, Carmen Java, Jacques Seguin, all add to Geoffrey Holder being Geoffrey Holder.